Ladies and gents, my guest today is a man who has served for over 3 decades in the Royal Marines. He has worked his way from the bottom to the top. He is coming up on the end of his career right now, but before he leaves, he wants to go out on a high. And today we are going to talk to him about exercise Virginia Gauntlet II. The guest I have today, I'm very pleased to say, is a friend of mine, Major Scotty Mills. Scotty, thank you, mate.
Mark, great to see you as always.
Mate, thank you for being the first guest on this project that we're running with the Royal Marines charity. For the 2 people in the Corps that don't know who you are, would you mind just giving us a quick rundown of your career and what you've been through and how you got to where you are today and what you do now?
Well, hugely privileged to serve as an officer in the Royal Marines. I didn't join as an officer, I joined as another rank. 1987, so 32 years ago. Went through training and I saw a load of like-minded people who live their lives in different ways with words such as trust, camaraderie, humility, integrity. And I loved the Royal Marines and really decided to build my career in it. Went through the ranks and commissioned as an officer some 12 years ago now. I've had some wonderful jobs. Been officer commanding the Hasler Company, looking after our wounded, injured and sick. As you know, Mark. Yep. Supreme privilege to be in command of our people who have given so much, like yourself. And as officer in charge of Commando Training Wing, which was great fun, and then that sort of led me into my current role. So sport is a real passion of mine. Okay. I played for the Corps in 13 sports over the years. I'm pretty proud of that. And Navy and different levels. And now that I'm head of Royal Marine Sport, I feel like I want to make a difference and give our serving people an opportunity to enjoy the wonders of sport. Yeah.
I mean, 33 years is a long time, mate. But I only did 10. 3 times plus the amount of time. But as we know, and as most of the people viewing know, it's a very rewarding career. In the Corps, and you've had that huge opportunity to build your way from the bottom to where you are now, and it is fantastic, mate. I think a lot of people that are watching this would look up to you for what you've done and the way you've built yourself, and you've taken extreme ownership and command of your career, mate, and it's great to see. It's inspirational.
God bless you, Mark. I mean, I come from South London. I'm a Peckham boy. Okay. Come from humble beginnings, and when I see some of the knife crime and stuff that's going on in some of the cities and around the country now, I've been so lucky to have made some steps, which has meant that it's broken me away from some of those areas in my life, and I've been able to build a new life really now, living in Devon, being a Royal Marine, being respected, and I'd quite like to give a little bit back and hopefully, much like yourself, be a role model to others and help them on the stepping stones to success to make the right choices in life.
Yeah, well, for what it's worth, mate, I think you're a role model, and I'm sure people watching this will too. Now, what we're here to talk about is this exercise Virginia Gauntlet, well, this is exercise Virginia Gauntlet II, right?
Yeah, that's right. So,
can you tell us a bit about that?
It's actually our 3rd combined sports tour. The first one was in 1994, quite a while ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where a few sports went out to USA, and then 18 odd years later, in 2012, the concept of Virginia Gauntlet was thought up, and that went really well. I went on that and deployed on it and enjoyed it so much that now I'm in a position to be able, as head of sport, to be able to launch something like this. We decided to run another Virginia Gauntlet. It's in the United States, so we needed to get some endorsement from the Americans and an invitation as well. Okay. And they kindly invited us over there. The Commandant of the Marine Corps himself and the Commandant General spoke together, and Virginia Gauntlet II was made. And the idea is that we're going to take 19 different sports associations over to the eastern seaboard of the United States. The centre of gravity is United States Marine Corps base in Quantico, which is where we're going to be living, which is really exciting. We're going to take 261 Marines out there across these 19 different sports. and compete up and down the eastern seaboard, from Boston to New York, Baltimore and Philadelphia, Washington, and a whole raft of other cities and towns in America as well. So really exciting.
And this is for serving guys, right?
Yeah, that's right. Everybody that's going is serving. So each one of them is going to be representing the Royal Marines at their chosen sport. So we've got, for the first time, we've got some new sports going this time. We're taking field hockey, both a men and a women's team. So we've got women from the Royal Marines band.
Yes.
They're coming, they're forming their own team, field hockey, which will be exciting. We've got rugby sevens team going out as well. We've got football or soccer.
Soccer for the Americans.
Which I think we can expect to win.
I hope so.
We're playing them at basketball.
Which they will win.
Which they're pretty good at.
Yeah.
But you might be surprised because we've got the best Royal Marine basketball team that we've had for decades. I mean, I used to play in the core team, and these guys now are really different levels. So we're going to give the Americans a good challenge at their own game. That'll be fascinating to watch.
I didn't even know we had a basketball team in the core.
Oh, we're awesome.
Really?
Yeah, really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
What other sports are there?
We're doing shotgun shooting, triathlons going out for the first time. We've got cycling, and we're going to finish with a blue ribbon boxing finale, which is going to be held at United States Marine Corps base in Quantico, and everybody from all of the team is going to come and watch the final event. So we're hoping to have hundreds of United States Marine Corps and their family on one side, hundreds of Royal Marines on the other side, and I'm sure it'll be a really spirited feast of boxing extravaganza.
That's awesome. And it's just our corps and their corps involved in Virginia Gauntlet? Or are there other nations involved?
We got core sports, of which some of those we're competing against United States Marine Corps. There's some of the sports United States Marine Corps haven't got a team, so we're still taking our sports out there. However, they're going to compete up and down that eastern seaboard against things like the US Navy, US Coast Guard. The Royal Marines tennis team are playing in Flushing Meadow, which is home of the US Open tennis championships as well. So that's a wonderful opportunity for them to go and play there as well. So across those 19 sports, everybody's going to have the best time and have really enjoy the opportunity to go and compete at various levels across the pond in a wonderful place. And that's the idea, really.
So for maybe people that, you've given them a little insight into what it is and who's taking part, it might seem from the outside like it's, a great jolly, like the days of old where we used to go off and do these things a bit more regular. What's the aim of the exercise?
Well, we've got some really serious competitors.
Okay.
Actually, some competitors who perform at a high level. But when I think about the aim of the sports tour, we don't just want to take our very best sportsmen and go and smash the Americans. Although,
yes, we do. A little bit.
A little bit. But the idea is to try to develop some of our grassroots sportsmen and women. Some of those youngsters is there coming through, who are going to be our sports administrators of the future as well. So we want to try and grow within each of our sports associations as well. Also, when our people get the opportunity to go and do something wonderful like this helps people want to stay in the Corps. We promised them when they joined.
Right.
They'll have the opportunity to go and do some sports, some adventure training, go to some of these wonderful places. Well, here it is. Here's that opportunity. And the Royal Marine and the Royal Marines charity really invest in our serving people so that they can go and enjoy these wonderful experiences.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's for morale, isn't it? I know we're a bit of, we're out in the woods now with Afghan and Iraq and stuff, but it was relentless for 10 plus years of back-to-back tours. Things like this, I feel are great for morale, give the guys something to look forward to, something exciting to train towards and to aim towards, so...
I couldn't agree more. Exercise Virginia Gauntlet, our Royal Marine Sports Tour, has got the complete backing of our High Command. The Commandant General, the Deputy Commandant General and the Corps RSM have fully backed this initiative right from the start. It's taken us 18 months to plan, and they've been with us every step of the way because they truly want our people to have the best experience. They want them to have opportunities like this. and as soon as I even mentioned a small flicker of an idea of Virginia Gauntlet, they were right behind it, both with backing and with support as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what does it mean to have support from the charity?
Well, we wouldn't be able to do Virginia Gauntlet without support of the charity. You know, having benefited from the charity, but not just benefited from the charity, but also raised money from the charity as well. We like to give a little bit back, don't we? It's so important to us. They are our primary sponsors for the sports tour. The Royal Marines Charity and the Royal Marines Royal Navy Sports Lottery have been really significant sponsors for this sports tour. We wouldn't have been able to do it without them. And I think it's really important for us to acknowledge that not only is the Royal Marines Charity supporting our wounded, injured and sick, but they're supporting our serving people just as much as well. There are actually 31 Royal Marine Sports Associations, of which we're only taking 19 to America. But those other 12 are also supported on an annual basis by the Royal Marines Charity. And that investment is year after year. It's not just for Virginia Gauntlet, but it's across the piece as we keep going.
And again, it's good for morale, because lads love the sport, and if that's taken away from them, I'm sure it'd have a little bit of a negative impact on morale. So that's great to hear. Have you spoken to the lads? Are they excited?
Yeah, really excited. I've spoken to them across all the different ranks, really. From the youngest Marines to we've got a couple of Lieutenant Colonels going out as well, but mostly the younger guys. And they're really excited. They're excited about the opportunity to represent the Royal Marines overseas. They're really excited at the opportunity of representing their sports association, their sport that they love and they've got that passion for as well. So, across the board, everybody's really excited about going out and giving the best performance that they can.
It sounds, I almost wish I was still serving now so I could jump on board and go out with you guys. It sounds like it's going to be epic. All right, Scotty, so as we wrap things up, I'm quite curious, as I'm sure the people watching this video are curious as well. Virginia Gauntlet won. Who won? Okay,
well, we come away with a victory.
Okay.
Which means that we've got the Virginia Gauntlet trophy in our trophy cabinet at the Commando Training Centre Royal Marines in the gymnasium here. So we've taken the trophy out, we've dusted it off. We're going to take it out to the States and let the United States Marine Corps have a quick look at it, and then we're going to bring it back home again.
Perfect. Well, we'll go and have a look at that on the way out. Go check it out and show the guys what it looks like. Scott, before we finish up, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I think it's very important that I also speak about some of our other sponsors that we've got. In addition to the Royal Marines Charity and the Royal Navy Royal Marines Sports Lottery, we've got 3 other key sponsors. The first one is the Royal British Legion. Wonderful that they've sponsored us and we really appreciate it. Also Patron Capital with the wonderful Keith Bresler, who does so much for our Royal Marines. You know him personally, Mark, don't you?
He does do a lot for us. He's a great man.
Yeah, he is, and he's also sponsored us on this tour. Also another guy called Keith Knowles who also sponsors Navy Wings, and the Navy Winter Sports Association has helped to sponsor us for this sports tour, and he runs a company called Beds and Bars as well. So thank you to all of them. Couldn't have done it without you. Brilliant.
That's awesome. Well, guys, that is it for our first episode. Virginia Gauntlet 2 with Major Scott Mills. It sounds like it's going to be epic. I'm sure the lads are really looking forward to getting out there on the ground and taking it to the USMC. If you want to keep up to date with what it is they're doing and their progress they're making out there, keep an eye on the Royal Marines Charity social media. We will be liaising with them while we're out there and giving you guys regular updates and letting you know how we're getting on. Scotty, thank you, mate.
Pleasure, brother.
As always. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.